Hello and welcome back to Bright Incorporated. My name is Scott Newman, and the thing I want to talk to you today about is suspension rods and cubicle curtain track. Here you have a standard cubicle curtain track, and oftentimes when you go to mount this on the ceiling, you want to mount it directly to the ceiling, but there's something in your way. Whether it be a light fixture, a sprinkler head, it just is in your way where you want to put the track. So the only way that you can get by that is to install suspension rods on the track that will make it so that the track comes down and allows you to put the track where you want, but doesn't make it so you're going across a light fixture. I'm going to show you how to do that the right way. First thing that you're going to need is, you got your cubicle curtain track, but you're also going to need a suspension pole and a ring. And this is the piece that you're going to mount to the ceiling. This piece goes inside here, and it has a little set hole here where you're going to need to put a hex screw through, and this will mount to your track. So the first thing you need to do is figure out where you want your track to go, and then you're going to need to put your rings and risers up. Ring, riser. So what I've done here is, this is a typical acoustical ceiling or drop ceiling setup. This is looking down. So here you have your grid and your ceiling tile. And ultimately what you're going to want to do is, you're going to mount this underneath. This is going to end up on your ceiling tile. And how do you do that? Well, above your ceiling, you're going to put a piece of something, whether it be flame retardant wood, or a piece of aluminum, or a piece of something that's flame retardant, because most requirements are that what goes above the ceiling has to be flame retardant. So keep that in mind. And you want to go from here to here. You do not want to put it right down the middle, because what's going to happen is, underneath, over time, it's going to pull your ceiling tile down. You don't want to do that. You want to span the weight across the ceiling grid and not on the ceiling tile. So now, you put something across here, you go and you mount this up through the hole here, up into the piece above. You mount this to this, and you mount your track to it. Now, once you get this all set up, you want to make sure that this is level both ways, back and forth, before you go and drill a hole through this. With your setup comes this bolt. This bolt will go down the center of the track where the two lines are, and it will go into the washer that is pressed inside this tube that matches up with this bolt. So ultimately what you're going to have is this, 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 and then this. That's what it's going to look like when you're finished. Now, a couple more things to keep in mind. When you have a track that's of good length, you're going to need to seam them together, so you're going to end up in a splice in the middle. Make sure that you put rivets on both sides of the track that come together, and put the rivets up. Not the rivets this way, because your carriers won't go by, but make sure you rivet it up. On a track system that mounts to the ceiling, you don't necessarily need to do that. But because these things have a tendency to wiggle a little bit, you're going to have this downward pressure. Make sure that you rivet the track up into the connector, and you'll be all set. If you have any questions at all as to how to put all of this together, feel free to contact us at brightincorporated.com. Give us a call on our toll-free number, which is right on the website, and we'll be able to walk you all through this. It's an easy setup. Once you get started, we will make sure that you have all the parts necessary to have a complete installation. My name is Scott Newman. This is Bright Incorporated, and I hope this helps you with your suspension track installation. Thank you very much.